I have what I feel is a deep history with the play. This was the first play I saw when I was, I want to say about 10 or 11. My mother was a high school nurse, and she used to take us to all the school plays. And the first one was a Raisin in the Sun at Oakland High School in Oakland, California. And she took us to see a Raisin in the Sun. And I didn't really get it, at the time. It was just something you just went to go see, But I do have some very indelible images, of that play and that production at the time. And then so for the longest time, Raisin in the Sun was the only play of color, that I knew about, as a young black man growing up. And so when I decided to audition for theater arts school, for theater school, of course the only two pieces that you could select were Othello and a Raisin in the Sun. And so I auditioned with Othello and a Raisin in the Sun and got into theater school. And so always just had the dream of wanting to perform Walter Lee at some point. Because you feel like, it's been said, it's the black man's Hamlet, it's all this whatever. But it is the role is a tour de force role, I feel, The man encompasses so much, he says so much, he does so much. And Lorraine has written a very dynamic and very interesting character. But, so here I am, ironically enough, at 35 years of age, which is the age of the character, performing Walter Lee. And, it's one of those kind of roles where you've seen Walter Lee all your life, whether it be your father, whether it be your uncle, whether it be, your friends of your father's friends. But, you've seen Walter Lee. You see Walter Lee in the streets I've seen him in the streets of Oakland. I've seen him in the streets of New York, of Boston. I've seen that man who, when you can look in his eyes and you see that dream has been deferred. You see a man whose eyes are vacant, and you've seen his hopes and dreams dashed, You've seen a man who has come of age and has nothing to show for his life. And I've seen those people. I've interacted with those people. I know many of them personally. And so because of that, you bring all of that to the character. They say, life and art, you bring life to the art. And I'm performing this for them, If it's nothing more to lend a bit more understanding, if nothing more, if understanding for me, and hopefully a greater understanding for the audience, and even for audience members, people of color, and white patrons as well, just so they'll have a greater depth of feeling and understanding, which is not always the case.